All right. All right, we got Hardin Valley coach Wes Jones. Big day for a couple of your players here today. And you spoke a little bit about them already, but what else can you say about Tim and Braden?
Well, I mean, first off, just two of the best student athletes in this school building up here. I mean, you're talking about two young men, or yes or no, sir, do well in the classroom, represent around campus at all times. And I mean, these are truly kids that are young kids in the community look up to. When you see Tim on the football field and you see this great big guy that's just a fantastic athlete, just take time to speak to my 3- and 4-year-old boys at home and play catch with my kids that are up here. I mean, just great young man. Braden just showed a lot of resiliency in his career up here. Came in as a quarterback and battled really hard for us. And then this senior year, we just called him Slash. He started at safety, wide receiver, quarterback. He just done a lot of things, returned some kicks. So, Braden's going to have a good career at Maryville. They've got a steal right there because the sky's the limit for him at this point, and he's just going to continue getting better. But, just really excited for these young men. I mean, I was telling my wife last night, I said, this is the dream of every kid that puts the pads on when they're 6, 7 years old, is to having that opportunity to put the hat on or sign that paper in front of their friends and family out here. And it's just a wonderful day, good representation for our school. And Tim honestly, being our first Division I BCS level signee, Appalachian State moved in late on him, so he got to be recruited. I'm telling you, he was recruited as hard as any kid I've ever seen recruited up here. He had coaching staffs come and spend the entire day here at school, and then come to his house and he celebrated his birthday with him, and then the last minute at Appalachian State, they knew they had an opportunity to get a really good football player, and they come in late on him and played the game. And Tim, it's just a great opportunity for Tim, and I'm very happy for him and his family, and so it's just a great day for Hardin Valley.
Excellent. And we've got some other guys that are going to play college football that weren't able to kind of commit today. They need to see kind of where the dominoes fall and see what opportunities open up. Tell me about some of the other people that will eventually experience some of this.
Yeah, I mean, the recruiting game, everybody, you got this idea of how things are, and it's just, National Signing Day, and this is the way it's going to be, this, that, and other. And it doesn't necessarily happen that way, John. A lot of these kids that aren't going to be, your BCS signees that are going in on this day, or your FCS level, your Division II, your Division III, and NAIA football players who, first off, I want to say in that regards about those young men, that's a great fit for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Most everybody thinks University of Tennessee and ESPN, but I'm going to tell you something. Emory and Henry and Maryville College, they got a college degree, and that's the most important thing for these young men that are going to get that. But Thomas Clay, he's sitting there. He's got a couple things on the table for him right now, and Thomas is making a good decision and weighing out what's most important for him right now, and that's getting in a financial situation that's best for his family in his offer and where he's going to go. But he has it narrowed down to a couple schools. Elijah Jones has been on a lot of official visits. He's still weighing out the options right now. One thing that I'll say, and I've always said, is I've never been a proponent of asking our kids to go out and jump on a private school and take a ton of loans. So sometimes we may have some kids that might not sign, that might opt to walk on at a state school, because I just don't feel comfortable telling a kid to take out $100,000 worth of loans to be a PE teacher maybe one of these days. So it's just a figure of speech here, but as far as that goes. But Elijah and then Ellis has got a lot of activity going on here late. He's got 6 or 7 schools that are courting him. Drew Foster's been on campus at 2 or 3 schools. I know Morehead State is going to do just about anything they can do to get Drew to commit. It's still one of my favorite things on Friday nights on those replays is Drew kicking the ball to Food City. I love that every time he kicked. I think it is. You should coin that one right there. That's one of my
favorites. It only
works
here.
It only works here. That one and handing out broken clavicles, maybe the tops of all time. And so those we'll coin those phrases right there. Trademark, and then you can play your Ray Charles that you're asking for on TV. But you got those guys right there that have got some real opportunities. I look for Jeremiah to Russell to potentially go somewhere in a direction a little later on. Jeremiah's filtering through some things to find the right school. And, Rook has had some opportunities. I don't know. Colton Burns has been courted and had 4 or 5 offers in front of him. It has to be what's best. I tell our kids on this day and leading up to this point through recruiting that the most important thing for them is to find a school that if football's not involved, you'll be happy going to school at.
Right.
So that has to be, I mean, if somewhere in North Dakota offers you a full scholarship and you don't want to live in North Dakota because you don't like snow, that's probably not the best thing for you. So
Sure.
I just hope everybody understands that throughout the process. All these kids that play, there's a lot of kids that are college football worthy. It just has to be the best fit for them.
Perfect. All right, well, we'll stay close to the situation, and as you get more news, certainly let us know, and maybe we can get together and do something later in the year once everyone kind of has selected and run through it all again.
We'll have a second signing date coming up, and it's going to be April the 12th range in there. So we'll have some folks come in, and we'll sign a lot of other folks. There'll be a lot of track athletes here signing and a lot of different things, but we usually hold off and go on that second. Some of these guys will go ahead and commit and sign their papers, but we'll do our official signing on the 12th. I like getting everybody together. It gets you one opportunity. It gets more media here, more bang for the buck for these kids. And before go any further, I want to thank you.
Oh.
I was telling our parents of our kids that signed today, anytime you have something this special happen to you as an athlete, the moment that you walk off that stage to have a camera in your face, that makes you feel big time. And I appreciate you and Diamond Clear for being here today to put these kids out there and promote them. I've told you a million times, we'd take any publicity we can get, for our young men and young women at Hardin Valley. So I appreciate y'all doing this. I think it's going to be fantastic throughout Knoxville. If I'd shut up, I'd say the viewership would probably go up just a little bit. But anyway,
No,
I appreciate it, John.
Okay, thanks again, and we'd love to participate here later on. We're going to bring the fans everything we can here at Hardin Valley, and just thanks for having us, Coach.
Awesome. Thank you,
All right.
John.
Have a great one.